We're exactly on time.
Okay.
I think for the first time in any of my podcast history, we've actually been on time.
Well, we handled that problem.
Right. Anyway, how's not busy season?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's hard to believe it's only been a week. It's so let me tell you one thing that I decided I was going to do with this. I'm only checking my email once a day, okay? Everybody knows that I'm gone and, for a few weeks. Basically, don't bother me. Now, what do you think some people are doing who know I'm not even going to respond for a long time? What do you think they're doing instead?
Well, I know they're bothering you, but I can't imagine that.
Oh, you'll like this.
It's post May 17th. Like they didn't know. Like what? What are they doing?
No, they knew. And so what they did, some of them tried to email me and, they got the, hey, I'm out of the office, until late June or whatever. I'll talk to you then. So they don't have my phone number anymore because I got rid of that line. So a few of them did. I never thought they would sink this low. They found my Twitter and started sending me questions, oh, your mailbox said that you weren't there, but we just have this question and we're kind of nervous about it. And the problem with that is, when you get Twitter messages, you can see if somebody saw them, right? Like it shows. So, this has all been happening the last few days, and I thought I would get your advice. Do you think I should just leave it on ignore? Should I bite their heads off for crossing that boundary, or how do you think I should?
No. There's no reason to get violent, internet speaking wise. No, just ignore them.
Well, not violent, just
No, but you don't go in there like you got son of a bitch.
No. I wasn't gonna curse them out. I was just trying to figure out if I should be like, stop messaging me here. That's inappropriate, or whatever.
Hey, great one. You ready to go?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. We're going to do some technical stuff right now. We maybe get the great one on. So I'm going to be unplugged for a second, and this should work out for a second. So give me a second, Chad.
I'll entertain everybody.
All right. By chance, Chad, do you know the girl from Ipanema? Do you know that song?
I think I heard it once before, but it was on another channel, some Aaron Clary channel.
Led Zeppelin tunes?
I do.
You do? Sing some Led Zeppelin, even though it's an inferior 1970s band, all right?
Oh, shut up.
There's a lady who knows a wicked turn it goes.
Right. Do you hear him singing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
And she's buying her stairway to heaven.
You want to sit over here? And then you can...
Chad Elkins, how are you, brother?
Oh, how are you? I don't think I've ever been on a stream with you before.
Yeah, you have. We did one before.
Did we?
Did we do one before? Oh, sorry.
We've done one. You and I have done one together.
Oh.
I remember because it was a great honor to be on with the great Chad Elkins.
Oh, come on now. You're the great one.
No, come on, man. Give yourself some credit.
Here, sit. Stop.
Just shush.
See, now I got an ally.
Christ, man. It's like having a girlfriend without any of the benefits.
The audio.
Great one. Sit here. Great one.
The microphone is here.
I know where I can see the microphone. It looks like a shot. You know what it looks like.
Yeah, right.
I see the microphone. Nobody wants to hear me anyhow. Are we live yet?
Yeah, we're live. Yeah.
Oh, see, nobody's tuned in for me. I'm going to come over
here.
We
got 22 people. That's like
they're here for you.
No.
They're here for Chad. Actually.
Well, they're here for Chad.
They're not here for me.
Chad, no. CPA.
22 people. That's like 3 times as what Piggott gets, right?
That's like 4 times what I get.
Yeah, I don't think your older brother is caught up with your other channel there.
No, that's which is fine because I kind of like it when we don't get a bunch of super chats.
I don't.
Well, I know you don't. Yeah, but it's no. The great one had a great point. He's like, I hate super chats because you never get to what you want to talk about.
No, that's fair.
And this was put in such a slapdash manner that I haven't had time. Like I do my podcast, I do get to the news articles I want to read and meander and talk about what I want. And even right now, I'm trying to because I was doing asshole consulting beforehand. And I'm trying to find there was things I wanted to talk about. But all I'm seeing on my screen is me posting pictures of me shooting guns and having a good time in the wild, wild west. It's do you guys know that in Leeds, South Dakota, on the 28th, they will be showing Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, cool.
Yes. May 28th, 7 p.m. at the Homestake Opera House.
Okay.
And I have never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark in the theater. And so I'm actually looking forward to that very much.
It's the best one in the series, you'd think. I thought
it is, yeah. Were they going to make like a fifth one?
I hope not.
I think they are, actually, unfortunately.
They are? Hang on, well, let's take a look. I sincerely hope they're not. Indiana Jones 5. Like, what does he do? Like, move in a wheelchair? I mean, I like Indiana Jones, but I just... Here it is, guys.
No,
they are doing it?
Yes, July 28th, 2022.
Oh, 22. Okay.
Oh my God. Now they do have Mads Mikkelsen. He played the bad guy in Casino Royale.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the one from like 10 years ago.
Yeah. And, I like him as an actor. Phoebe Waller? Who's Phoebe Waller?
Phoebe, that's a name.
I don't know. Indiana Jones, Untitled Indiana Jones Project 2022.
Oh God.
Oh my God. The plot is unknown at this time. Yeah, there's nothing. This is just
the plot will be unknown after the movie's released.
True. That's anyway, well, what's going on over in Chicago? Are you actually having a good time relaxing now that the busy season is over?
No, I've really enjoyed the past week. I mean, I'm sure I've sent you random messages when you knew I was hopped up on something. So
something. It sounds like you and Atham were hopped up on multiple things. Fucking my message feed. I'm like, what in God's name is going on?
Well, that was the funniest tweet you've ever tweeted, in my opinion. But
what, the fat Tom Petty?
Yeah, that was funny. Because they looked funny and they sounded kind of funny, and I'm like, wow, I wonder what a good response would. It was like the perfect response, and yes, I was under some influence.
Right, but for those of you who are unaware, Chad sent me a video, obviously high, of like some amateurs, right? It was just like maybe open mic night, like people could pull up their guitar and play, I presume.
Had to have been.
Well, okay, all right, never mind. You're high. Why am I asking you if you remember this?
No, I'm not high now.
I know you're not high. I just say back in the. So you sent me this video, and it's like this fat guy and this skinny guy saying "Last Call for Mary Jane" one more time to kill the pain. Tom Petty, Tom Petty was just so fucking great. And it's this big fat guy. And I have no idea why Chad is sending me this tweet. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, what is it, Fat Tom Petty night? And then Chad laughed his ass off. Apparently that's the funniest thing I've ever said. So
I was hitting that, that point where like everything's funny, which happens sometimes, but I don't know. I found that particularly funny when I saw it. So
does Mrs. Elkins know you dabble in the doobie?
I think so, because I mean, remember, they're out in Portland most of the time. You know what that means.
Well, I don't see Mr. Elkins. I kind of view him as the modern day Ward Cleaver. I don't see him ever toking. What?
No
man?
comment. No comment.
No way. Mr. Elkins?
He was in Vietnam, man. Of course
yeah, man. Like 40, 50, 60 years ago it was.
On occasion, everybody likes to, enjoy things that are legal in certain states. Not any of your states, though.
I know.
Actually, Colorado. You're in Colorado. Yeah.
I am. Yeah, you can smell it regularly no matter where you walk.
I've never been to Fort Collins, so
it's a nice town to leave.
Really?
Yeah. Well, the Great One could probably tell you a hell of a lot more about it, but. I think this will be the last time I'm in Fort Collins because the Great One's got to leave because there's no jobs here. So he's going to go to the great state of South Dakota to theoretically work.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like I don't think I'll be coming to Denver that much anymore because I don't have any real reason to come here anymore. Because the Great One's going to move, and Fort Collins is like this very nice college town. There's a ton of bars and restaurants, and the arcade place was closed though.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was gated off, so you couldn't go there anymore.
Mutual friend of ours is like, why isn't Clary putting himself on camera? So I'm explaining why.
Because we have a special guest celebrity, even though I'm technically the guest at his house. The Great One.
A celebrity, yeah.
And I'm just here to hang out. I'm not.
You're a guest or a celebrity.
Right. But what did you do? You're all like sleeping and relaxing right now.
Dude, I'm old. It's like I mean, the sun's going down in like 3
It's
hours.
7
It's
p.m.
almost my bedtime.
It's 7 p.m.
That's why we're home so early, because Rachel's the same. She's like, I'm tired. I'm ready for bed.
What, really?
Yes.
Already? The sun's still out.
We're both ready to go to bed, man.
Do you guys ever have the instance where your old man, like it'd be summertime and the sun would be out very late? He's like, it's time to go to bed. And you're just like, that was the most dictatorial Nazi fucking shit they ever could do to you, because like the sun's out. It's like, what do you mean go to bed? What the fuck's wrong with you?
What do you mean?
Wait, so what's going on right now over there?
Well, nothing. No, the great one had a, what would we call it? You had a social call.
Yeah.
You had a,
sure, okay, sure.
You had a social call.
I know what it was, yeah.
Well, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't a social call. I just went out for food and booze with a friend of mine.
Right.
Yeah.
It was not a social call, although there were some bodies there.
Well, was there?
There was a couple.
Well, anyway, no, great one had to go out, hang out with his friend, and
now we're ready for bed.
Yeah. And I thought like, it's going to be at least 4 hours. I won't be getting back till 2 a.m. I'm like, I better stay here. And
that's what you told me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he'd be, I'm like, great one's going to be out late tonight. Maybe you'll not get enough sleep for tomorrow. And then he comes back like at 6:30 or whatever the heck church time it is. And now you're already falling asleep in your couch.
I'm old.
Oh, for God's sake.
Old, man.
Hey, it's good to relax. I've been relaxing.
Yeah, no, I bet you. Now, are you in better mental health now that it's all over?
Yeah, man, it just burned me out so much. I mean, I'm good now. I'm good.
This was supposed to be the easiest busy season to date, and it has not been that, it seems.
It never is. I mean, everything's harder from this point, so I'm just kind of shrinking everything down and keeping the ones that pay a good fee, because man, everything got so complicated with all the stimulus payments.
Yeah. No, so next year, what? It's only corporate?
Next year for me, it's mostly going to be basically your situation, the stuff I do for you. That's pretty much all I'm going to be doing for other people.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it had to happen sometime. So, yeah.
No. And how are you now psychologically? You're doing better mentally, health wise, that it's all over?
Yeah. Like it's only been a week, but man, it's just been relaxation and, doing some exercising. It's been really nice. And the weather was actually nice too until today. So
yeah, I was immediately in a better mood when I was out in South Dakota just hiking. I had to deal with house stuff and all that, and it's all chaotic and horrible and everything right now. But and there's a piece of me, I just want to walk into the bank and like, here's $250,000, now go away. I just love it. Like, yeah, okay, it doesn't matter. But it was.
I was just wondering how long you've been on the road now.
Been on the road for 10 days, I think.
Okay.
10 or 11 days. And the great one was kind enough to let me crash here.
Cool.
And then we're going to head up to Rapid City tomorrow. But yeah, it's kind of sad. It's the last time I think I'll be in Fort Collins, because Great One's moving. There's no reason to come here. And so, yesterday and today I just bummed around, did some bar hopping, ate, had some coffee, had some cocktails. And it was kind of a very nice 48 hours. But what was really nice is being able to wake up, like, because I'm on Central Time, woke up at like 6:30. Hit the road at 7:30, went up and climbed almost an entire mountain, made it back before noon. And I was like, I got like 6 hours before the great one comes back home and goes to bed at 6 p.m. because he was an old man. But no, it's a nice little town. If you ever come out here, I mean, it's worth pulling off the highway and driving 3 miles from the interstate?
Yeah.
About that, yeah. And
are you on Central Time now or Mountain Time?
No, we're on Mountain Time.
Mountain Time.
Denver time. Yeah. I don't think you could get more mountainy than Denver.
Denver.
Right about now. No.
Well, when you go visit my parents, you'll have to go through Colorado, I guess. So.
Yeah, are they over in Santa Fe still? Or they go over to Potland, where Mr. Elkins apparently becomes Jim Morrison and smokes a bunch of pot?
It's not like that. They're going there a week from Thursday, I believe, and they're going to be there all summer for like 3 straight months. So,
really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, shoot, maybe I'll have to go visit my buddy down in Salem and visit Mr. and Mrs. Elkins. Like,
dude, if you do that, we're timing it well, or I'm going to be there too. So.
Okay. Well, when is the next season? I know there's like mini seasons. Like, is it October or September when you got to file the extensions, or did you avoid that this time?
I avoided a lot of it because I told some people, I'll extend it, but there's no guarantee I'm actually going to do it for you. So, yeah, it'll probably start to get busy the very end of August into about October 15th. But I don't think this summer should be fine. Like last summer sucked with everything, but this should be fine.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, come out to Rapid City.
Tell me when.
Wait
Eventually.
till mid-June, because me and the GF, we want our time there at the new house.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So, the great one will be my roommate after that time. Unless you're going to find another place to rent. So I don't mean to speak for you or anything like that, but no, there should be in theory, Chad, there should be a house ready for me.
Yes, a lot of what we do has theoretical elements to it, including when someone will get a degree, things like that.
Yes. When you'll get laid. Yeah, no, there's a lot of, when you lose virginity.
We just never know when these things will occur.
Right.
No, seriously, anytime. I obviously need a little bit of advance notice to get the plane ticket and everything, but
Cool. All right, we'll let you know when. Let's go do some super chats here.
CJDP for $2.99. Teacher here if anybody needs me. Teacher.
What do you teach there, CJ? Oh.
Bacon 223. Just because you said you hate super chats, we need Atham here.
Once I get my recording studio set up, I do want to have like Atham on more regularly, and TJ and Shaq and all those other guys. We're actually just gonna. You got to take a look at the great one. He's like totally chilled out in his very relaxing chair. He's almost asleep right now. And, but we'll have more people. There.
I'm so relaxed. I'm drinking some caffeine, so I'm not a zombie right now on this thing.
I might go back downtown Fort Collins here and have myself a nightcap.
Nice.
Go to bed early because we got to get up and drive across Wyoming.
Are you doing this in one day?
Yeah, no, it's not that far. It's only 5.5, 6 hours from Fort Collins to Rapid City. Yeah, Fort Collins is on the far north side of. It's only 30 miles from Cheyenne.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're practically to the Wyoming border, and then you go through the southeast corner of Wyoming. You cut over into South Dakota and you just shoot up.
That's cool.
Not meth or heroin, because I know you and your dad are potheads. But
just me.
We just shoot up Highway 85, yes, and we go. It's not that far away.
Well, are you guys staying? I know the house isn't ready, so do you have are you Airbnb-ing it or something?
Yes, the gray one. His potential employer has provided a stipend for his lodging for a week or two. My house, in theory, should close on the 28th, which I don't know if that's going to happen. Well, we'll see.
The 28th. We didn't mention which month.
Yeah, which month? Year. Yeah, or year or decade.
By the 28th.
Wasn't a Memorial Day deadline there.
Yeah. So we may or may not have a house. Now, in theory, we'd have a house, and then I don't ever have to rent a hotel ever again in South Dakota, and then everyone could come and visit, and then so that's all in theory. But then. Yeah, ideally, I would then start moving all my crap in, setting up internet. I got a futon already ordered, so I can sleep on. I have a place to sleep. That's it. Yeah, so we're heading up there tomorrow, and I'll report back hour by hour as the events unfold as to whether or not in the United States of fucking America, if people could build a fucking house when they fucking say they're going to.
Yeah, it's been fun to follow the progress of this.
It really is. I'm not joking. This has convinced me that it's like, look, if go to old America, South Dakota, if these fuckwits can't get together and actually build a house on fucking dime, the American population, there's no way the rest of it's not even going to stay viable or tenable until I'm dead. I really think that the amount of stupidity and idiocy and unprofessionalism and just not fucking being on time. I'm looking at it, it's like, yeah, you know what? And you guys are the conservative Republicans. You're good old America. It's like, you guys can't even get your fucking shit together. And so it's kind of like, yeah, I better go somewhere else. I've got to have some kind of other plan B because, you know, it's going to be a nice house. It'd be nice. It was my dream. Yay. But everyone has been so soft and father's so absent that it's basically, you know, like, oh, well, what do you mean? I just said June 1st because, you know, it sounded nice to me. I didn't actually mean I'd be done by June 1st. So it's gonna, I have no expectation. Let's put it this way. I have as much expectations of my house being done as I do dating American women. That's about how bad it is. Yeah. Yep.
Ooh, that's a strong indictment there. Well, this is perhaps an obvious prediction here, but I think you would agree. I think when this is done and you're moved in, I don't think you're moving again until you're being put in a pine box. That's my prediction.
I may have to move overseas because, well, yeah, that was my whole point. Like, look, I'm being deadly serious. Like everyone, like, oh, Texas, South Dakota, whatever. It doesn't matter if there's an R in front of your name or what your politics are. Everyone is a fucking moron in this nation. People don't do their shit. Well, you lived in Africa, so maybe you can testify to this. The Economist did a great article one time. Now, this is like 15, 20 years ago, where they explained why one bottle of beer, I believe it was in the Republic of Congo, cost effectively like $20 US. And what they did is they sent a journalist, you know, like when journalists were real, and he went down to the port on Cote d'Ivoire. What's the
Cape Town?
No, that's the south. There was a port on the western side of Africa, kind of mid latitude.
Oh,
Cote d'Ivoire, Court something.
Oh, Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire.
Maybe it was the Ivory Coast, but anyway, yeah. So there's a port on the west side of Africa, and I can't remember if it was Heineken or whatever, some kind of European beer. Okay, so the ship comes in, and at that point in time, if you wanted to sell it at the port, it would cost $2.50 American or British pounds at the port. Well, then the guy chronicled all the bribery and the delays and the spoilage and the broken bottles by the time they finally got it to, I think, the heart of Africa, which was the Republic of Congo. But don't quote me on that. And because of all there was some like breakage and spoilage, but between bribery, but above all else, people saying we're going to do this by this time, we'll have our buddy there for you. No, you don't. Now we got to pay for hotels. How do you pay for hotels? You bribe them with beer. You pay with beer. So you're using your inventory to end up paying to deliver what ends up being ultimately, like, I think it was 40% of the original amount that was delivered to the port to get it into the Republic of Congo. And This is what's happening in the United States right now and all the Western world. Everyone is getting dumber. Everyone. It's not the immigrants. It's not the minorities. You can't get more whitey McWhite and Republican, conservative, libertarian than South Dakotans. And everyone is a complete fuck up. No one measures. No one does math. No one double checks. They all execute without measuring twice and cutting once. And it just makes everything impossible to fucking deal with. And so if this fails at this level, like, you know, America is failing, it's like, fuck it. This is not a viable, this is the Titanic. This shit is going down. And so now it's like, once the house is done, the next immediate project I have after summer is taken care of, I get myself a nice bit of little relaxation. I'm going overseas to where, I don't know, the fucking Russians have their shit together. The fucking Chinese have their shit together. The Mexicans, Mexico has higher labor productivity rates and a more mature population. I mean, it's fucking becoming idiocracy here. And so I just want to find a stable traditional culture and country where it's like, Bob says he'll be there, Jose or Bubarica, whatever the Bulgarian name for Bob is. He says, I'll be there at 10 a.m. And by God, guess what, Bubarica? He's there at 9:55 a.m. because he fucking does what he's going to fucking say, or he fucking does what he fucking says. And so I'm just, it's tiring. It's taxing. It's just not, So I mean, yeah, I got my house, but it's like, okay, we got to move because everyone here is a fucking moron. And it's like, really, I mean, is the electricity going to be on? Is the water going to run? Is there going to be food in the grocery stores? Oh, the food didn't make it to the grocery stores. Why? Because Tiffany, the single mom cousin's fucking slut over out of Custer, she didn't put the order in that day. It's just it's stuff like that. So,
well, yeah, then you're definitely going to want to be very, very careful about the places you look overseas, because having been raised overseas, it's hard to find something better than here, at least back in the 90s. Maybe now
well, that's 30 years ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess we'll just have to see. I pretty much would recommend not going anywhere in Africa.
No, I'm not going to Kenya or anything like that. No,
Yeah,
I'm not going to a
go
place
there.
where there's a 40% AIDS infection rate. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine the people who have gone through tough times and are now the strong men are the former Soviet republics who went through communism, and now we have strong men creating good times. So Czechoslovakia, Bulgaria, Croatia, former Yugoslav Republic, all that, the Balkan
Eastern
area.
Europe, yeah, Ukraine.
Eastern Europe, and I'm not asking for nirvana or utopia. I'm asking that when the milkman says he'll deliver it by 5 p.m., he delivers it by 5 p.m. And when I walk into a restaurant and they say, we have burgers for sale, they have burgers for sale. And the fuckwit affirmative, not affirmative action, the fuckwit fast food hire we're out of that. Well, did anyone think about putting a fucking sign up so I don't waste my fucking time here? It's this granular level of inefficiency and wasting of minutes that is going to slow down this economy. And so that's where I'm just kind of like, nope, I'm out. I'm just done. So
interesting.
That was my rant. You want to get Nonstop Dre's request?
Oh, Dre for $1.99. Vlad does pot. The great one is finally moving. Yeah.
On both accounts.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't hit that or anything.
Well, I don't know if the great one's gonna fight. He's got to accept the job though too. They gotta agree.
Dre for $1.99. Is the great one going to miss the Colorado State University college girls?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, it's the only thing I'm gonna miss. Are you kidding? My volleyball girls, I gotta leave them behind. Maybe they'll come visit me.
Were there any girls really worth? There was like 3 I saw the entire day today.
Yeah, there's not a lot. Well, the college girls are out of town right now too, so the population goes down. But I mean, no, it's not like they're falling out of the tree on a constant basis.
Yeah, great one. I have a question, but it might not be something you're comfortable answering. I was just curious what your age was.
It's over 9 inches. Yes.
Oh, ooh, yeah, we'll keep that private.
No, we'll go for it. If it's problematic, I won't say anything. Just go ahead, ask.
Oh, I was just curious where your age fell, like with college girls and everything, like talking about them. Like, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 50.
Oh, okay.
I'm old enough to know what to do with a college girl, and old enough to really not care that much either.
Yeah, old enough to know who not to pursue.
Yes.
And you refuse to chase after a girl over 19, right? They got to be 2 decades.
I'll go up to 24.
Really?
24.
Your standards are slipping. I remember you're like, she better be a teenager or screw that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's my first choice is 19, but I'll go up to 24 if she's cute enough.
When's the last time you dated a 19-year-old? Like when I was 19, yeah, they were a pain in the ass when I was 19. I can't imagine they've improved.
You do realize that all were a pain in the ass, right?
Yes, but 19.
See, and that, well, why? Yes, 19-year-old girls are a pain in the ass, but so are all the rest of them. So I can date a woman who's a pain in the ass and 19,
right?
Or I can date a woman who's a pain in the ass and any other age.
You got a point.
I would prefer to date a 19-year-old who's a pain in the ass.
You corrected me.
They're all a pain in the ass.
They're all a pain in the ass.
Every one of them. Yes, all women are like that. Someone should do a podcast.
AWOL.
You guys got to tune into the Great One's latest. Well, no, it's not your second to last one.
Second to last
the grant,
one.
yeah. So it's over at sinlibsoch.com. He did a podcast like, is this what my grandfather fought for? He's like, my grandfather got his foot shot off in World War II, and he came here. What? So I had the freedom to drive for Amazon to have my tips stolen, and then these, my great grandfather, he rode across Utah with the covered wagon with the wife nagging and bitching. I'm like, when are we gonna get there? When are we gonna get there? When are we gonna get there? And I was like,
can you say that again? Simlib. Say it again.
Sinlib, Cynical Libertarian Society. But it's the abbreviation. So CYNLIBSOC. Sinlibsoch.com.
Gotcha.
Right.
I found it. Yeah.
Yep. So, but if you go there,
you might get triggered. Careful.
Chad. Trigger alert. Trigger
warning.
Dre for $1.99. Great one. Why does Cappy think you racist, but you're not?
I don't think he's racist.
I'm racist.
He's one. We're all racist.
I hate Dre's right. I'm not racist. I hate everyone.
Yeah.
Except for Dre. Dre's cool.
See, he's just so you know, if you ever tune into the Great Ones podcast, he uses some way more colorful language than what is allowed on YouTube.
Way more colorful.
But here's what I don't get about the Great One is he claims, like, get all these bleeps out of here and these bleeps out of here and these bleeps out of here.
There's no one left but me.
But there's
and the CSU volleyball girls.
Right, and the volleyball girls. But it's like,
that's my plan.
But you don't like Jews, but you hang out with me. And you don't like blacks, but then you tune into Bacon. And Bacon also happens to be Mexican as well. Yeah. You don't like Mexicans or Latinos, but you like Atham.
Well, that's because Atham's cool.
Well, see, but then you're not racist. It's like if you're truly racist, you'd be like, oh, you're that group of people? Yeah. Screw you. So it's really kind of it's like O'Shea Jackson. You guys remember O'Shea Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so check him out on YouTube. He's treated me with nothing but kindness. And then he said something disparaging about white people. And maybe it wasn't even disparaging, but it could have been
true.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. It was accurate, right?
Well, then there you go.
Right. So, but that's what I'm saying. And then, right. But then Donovan's like, oh, dude, I couldn't hang out with O'Shea no more because he said something against white people. I'm like, O'Shea, really?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. He's like, well, I don't trust. Maybe it was something like as simple as like, I don't trust white people. It's like, well, okay.
That's reasonable.
That's reasonable. There might be a historical record for that. But then I'm thinking like, okay, but is O'Shea okay? If O'Shea really didn't like white people, would he even had me on his show? Would he, and that, I'm sure everyone has a criticism of different groups of people based on their dumbass behaviors. How critical are we of women here? Pretty critical, I'd imagine, right?
I'm not. I worship. I think women are princesses.
Oh, they're all perfect. Women. All women are perfect, right? Okay.
Women are perfect.
The reason we're critical of them is because we wish to help them improve.
No, I'm critical of them because I want them to shut up and make me a pie. Improve. That's hilarious.
I have a hard time believing that most people
Improve.
Great One might have had a couple.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. I've had nights like that.
Anyway, I know it's idealistic. No, I don't think like to be truly bigoted is such a dumbass move because it doesn't make any sense of your own self-interest because who's your favorite dentist? Is he white?
No.
Right, exactly. Who's I'm trying to think I know this has no meaning to anybody else. My favorite property manager or the best property manager I know, black dude. Best architect I know, Asian. All right. And you're foolish to, you're that type. No. I think the vast majority of what would be considered racial or racist accusations or sex or any kind of bigoted accusations is merely constructive criticism or frustrated criticism against different groups of people, which at minimum has a seed of truth to it, if not more than a seed of truth, where it's like, for example, I have no problem saying, yeah, everyone should stop having more kids than they can afford, particularly the black community. Why? Is it because I hate the black community? No, quite the opposite. I want the black community to not be poor no more. So but modern day people, if you criticize anyone, no matter how well intended it is to improve their plot in life, if it's something uncomfortable, that's an ist or an ism. Telling girls to stop majoring in dumb shit. Oh, that's sexist. No, actually, it's not. Continuing to bloviate their egos, say, yeah, do whatever you want. That's sexist. That's what really keeps them down. And so the lack of appreciation for constructive criticism coming from all different groups of people aimed at other groups of people, that's completely lost. And no one's really mature enough to appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know you can't say anything.
That I would like to say stuff, but I can't. That's the thing.
It's all about an issue of intention. I didn't write The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty because I hate black men. It's actually the opposite. I don't tell my nieces that they're going to be accountants or engineers or whatever because I hate them. I tell them because I love them and I want them to do good. We're not talking like you got to have an IQ of 145 to see what the true intent is behind people telling the truth. But I guess the vast majority of people either are not that intelligent, or their egos or emotions and feelings and political allegiances just blind them to that, and they immediately knee-jerk reaction to anything that would be constructive criticism.
Yeah.
How's your mom?
Which one?
Oh, hey.
Oh. If you're talking about me, my mom is doing great. Excited to spend the summer with her grandkid. And so Chad, when are you going to visit us over the summer? Huh?
What, are there any more grandchildren on the way?
Oh, God, no. My sister's 43. And as far as I know, I haven't had the, mishaps yet.
Well, what girl wants to fuck you? I mean, you got
yeah, not just the cuddly looks types. Yeah.
Well, get on your job here.
Oh, Bacon 223. Give Great One my regards. I'll tune back in soon.
Bacon is
Bacon
is not only black, but he's Mexican too. Like, do you hate him
my God.
3-4 times? What's the multiplier effect of hate?
Geez, that's like racism squared.
Yeah. I mean, like, so 4 times, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
holy
boy.
Crap.
Well, Great One. Atham did want to mention that your podcast about living a sterile life gave him nightmares, and it was your best one.
Really? Well, thank you. That was my intention. I want people to think about that seriously.
Yeah. DJ Aftershock for $5. Yo, Chad just jealous he couldn't hack in the Big Four, and Cappy just jealous he couldn't hack in Wells Fargo. Chad can't party at Carlyle Group, bro. What's that last one mean?
What's Carlyle Group?
Carlyle Group.
I don't know.
He'll tell us in chat.
Is it an investment bank?
Carlyle Group. And I figured I've heard of that. I think
Carlyle Group.
Something like that.
Consulting firm?
If only there was like some place we could look this up. Yeah. Hang on, I'll look it up.
Yeah, Alexa's in the other room.
Carlyle Group.
I've heard of that before. It seems like you should know what that is. I'm surprised.
The Carlyle Group, private equity company.
Gross.
Okay, here we go. All right. Well, if it's private equity, how come there's a stock price? Oh, it's a publicly traded private equity firm. Okay, all right, it's public. Carlyle Group is an American multinational private equity alternative asset management and financial services corporation. It specializes in corporate private equity, real assets, and as opposed to the fake assets.
Right.
Because I always want to invest in assets as opposed to real assets.
Well, there's intangible assets, but anyway.
I'm sure there's a lot of fake assets out there, actually.
There's plenty of fake assets.
In 2015, Carlyle is the world's largest private equity firm by capital raised over the previous 5 years, according to the PEI 300 index, though by 2020 it had slipped to second place. Founded in 1987 in Washington, D.C. by William E. Conway Jr., Daniel A. D. Agnello, and David Rubenstein. The company today. There you go. See, I'll just give that to you guys there.
There it is.
Your anti-Semitic stuff out now. Yep. All right, there we go.
What?
Right.
No.
The company today has more than 1,500 employees, 31 offices, 700 million.
After the boot camp?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Leverage buyout. Carla invested in Accolades Wine, Booz Allen, Hamilton, PA Consulting, Dex Media, Duncan Brand, Supreme, Friska. I don't know. I don't think this is like the Illuminati here exactly.
No.
It's not. But you couldn't hack it over there, Chad. Neither you nor I could make it into the Carlyle group.
You know what? That's just fine. I'm going to let the Carlyle group keep being the Carlyle group.
You think? Let me ask you this, Chad, because you've been corporate man. The great one's older than, but do you think any guys our age or the younger ones that are coming up? Do you think anyone wants to take over that helm of like dude, bro, Wall Street hedge fund manager, kings of Wall Street? Do you think any guy? I mean, I'm sure there's always going to be dude, bro guys that want to do it, but like, there's got to be a rapidly dwindling supply of men that have that attitude and desire.
It's dwindling, but it is still there because I hear about it. There's clients, kids, they tell me about what they're trying to get into. And I've even talked to some people that are hoping to do that. And then I'm the one that talks them out of it or tries to talk them out of it. But there's still, we haven't quite gotten rid of the cohort that wants to try and do that. But I think in 20 or 25 years, nobody's going to want to do that.
I'd be curious, like, they're going to look back say a full generation later. They're going to look and say, can you believe these idiots sat in front of spreadsheets all day and commuted and lived in downtown New York among the shit and the filth?
Well, commuting might actually be done now. I wonder.
Well, it should be. I don't think so based on the traffic I saw in Denver. The sheep were all lined up, ready to go back to their little cages. But that aside, I don't think that the days of, the Wolf of Wall Street or the movie Wall Street, I think that's over. They've had their heyday. And people just kind of like, I don't want to go work in Wall Street no more.
Yeah, the way things are now, I think that's a thing of the past at this point. Davey D 125 for $2. Happy George Floyd Adversary Day, brothers. Oh yeah, I heard that today. It was exactly a year ago today that happened in your in your wonderful hometown.
I don't care. My hometown? I'm not there anymore.
Oh, true. Alex Saluski for $2. Opinion on the Israel versus Palestine conflict.
I don't know anything about it. Is there a conflict going? I mean, it's been going. Are you talking generally, or did things flare up?
Well, it's kind of ratcheted up for the last couple weeks.
Okay, let me ask you this: is it because Trump is out of office and the media has nothing else to do, and this has been going on already, and we just reporting on it now, or did it actually flare up?
I think there was actually some flare-ups that happened because like missiles have been going back and forth. I think it's something especially out of the ordinary. But yeah, like you, I haven't been following the news because I just want to relax.
I don't control it. I don't really care. One thing I've never understood, it's like get Israel out of Palestine. Now tell me if my history is wrong. If we go back to previous to World War I, Palestine and Israel, generally the Middle East, was part of the Ottoman Empire. Am I correct on this?
Great one.
Oh yeah, make me. If I say yes and I'm wrong, I look like an idiot. So
you're the oldest one here.
Anyway.
No, I'm pretty.
I think that's correct.
Right. Okay. So the Ottoman Empire, and they joined the Germans in World War I. They're part of the Axis back then, or whatever you called it in World War I. Not World War II, World War I.
Yeah, the Axis. Yeah.
Right. So the Allies, I guess, wasn't that what we called it? It was the Axis and Allies in World War I and World War II.
I thought that was World War II actually, but maybe.
But I thought in World War I there was also the Axis and Allies. Whatever. There was the Germans and the non-German team, right?
Right. Yeah. There were two teams.
Right. And it pretty much paralleled World War II. So you had Germany and the Ottoman Empire, and I believe the Austro-Hungarian Empire against Britain, France, the United States, maybe Italy. I don't know. Right. But the Ottoman Empire owned, there was no Israel. It was just Palestine and Syria. I don't even know if they existed. It was just the Ottoman Empire. So the Axis loses in World War I. That includes Germany, Austro-Hungarian Empire, and the Ottoman Empire. And so now the Allies, or whatever they were called in World War I, hey, we get the spoils of war. Now we take over your territory and tell you what the fuck to do, which has happened in every fucking war ever since, except for the United States and Japan. We're like, we'll manage you a little bit, then we're leaving, which was actually very nice of us to do. So what I don't get, I was just saying, return Palestine to Israel, or return Palestine to the Palestinians or whatever, kick Israel out. It's like, excuse me, you were conquered by instigated by a war by a European nation, Germany, although it was with the Slavs and the assassination of Archduke Ferdinand. Right? I'm going, okay. So,
yeah. France.
Okay, so it was a European affair. We conquered and destroyed both of these empires. Whoever won, that's their property now. Fuck you, because that's why. They kill you otherwise. So now they get to divvy it up. And now everyone's like, oh my God, get Israel out of here. It's like, no, it was Turkish or Ottoman Empire. They lost to whatever. I guess the British took it over. And they're like, oh, the Pequot French agreement or whatever. Look at your World War I history. It's like, well, yeah, they won. Now they're in control of that territory, and they can pretty much do whatever they want with it, because that's what happens in war. And the idiot argument, like, oh, we got to return it to the Palestinians. What about the Assyrians? Right? And before the Assyrians, what about the Hittites and the Sumerians? The Sumerians were the first ones there. We ought to go back 6,500 years ago and find out who the Sumerian children were and their inheritors. And we should give it all back to the Sumerians. And if you want to go back, the Assyrians. And after that, it would have been the Hittites. And after that, it would have been the Greeks. And after that, it would have been Rome, I guess. You know,
I guess.
Rome was way there before Muslims were. It's just such a fucking stupid argument. It's like, yeah, you lost. Okay, whoever was in control at that time decided we're going to put a land here called Israel. And we're going to let the Jews move in from Europe because of the nasty shit that happened in Europe. But it is like, oh, get them on, return Palestine. Like, okay, well then return it to the Assyrians. I just never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, should we give it back to the Native Americans here, or is that a bad example?
But no. But here's the question. Okay, do we give it back to the Iroquois? Well, the Iroquois displaced the Sioux, and the Sioux displaced the Ojibwe, and the Ojibwe replaced the Blackfoot. I mean, there's no piece of property on this planet that has been conquered, reconquered several times over. You know, like the idiots, like technically, even though I'm not Irish, but back when I thought I was Irish, I mean, what am I going to go to the British? Oh, like you enslaved my people for a while. Fuck off. The guy couldn't care less. I got more important shit to worry about. The fuck if I'm going to launch rockets against some group of people that were settled there way before my time because some fucking dumbass ideology or religion says, oh yeah, you got to kick them out. It's like, I'm going to get here for like 78 years. Maybe I'm not going to waste my time trying to kill other people. Just me.
Yeah. I don't know. When I hear it in the news, and I know this is cold-hearted, I'm just kind of like, well, who cares? It doesn't really affect me. Is that bad?
No, it's not bad because we were told to worry about the Africans and global warming and this and that, and the Mideast, the Palestinian conflict has been going on forever. I don't care, and not that I'm biased, but every time I look into it, you know who instigates that shit?
Who instigates?
The Palestinians. It ain't Israel launching rockets randomly or setting off bombs.
Yeah,
I'm not pro-Israel either. It's just like, well, they don't start this shit. They just have a tendency to end it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I just don't care about either one of them.
Oh.
All right, Atham for $3. You can't see the super sticker, can you?
What is the super sticker?
The super sticker is, well, it's a charming little, it's either a cat or a fox making a smiley face.
Those Mexicans like their nondescript cat, fox animal characters.
Well, it's not pooping hearts like the last few.
Is it very jittery?
It looks a little jittery, yeah. A little happy.
Yeah. His sisters have a tendency to send very animated, jittery rabbit, fox, cat-like gifs.
All right. Well, Cynic is there, and for $2, he says, "Sin lives cynical liberal socialist." I think he was trying to help. Yeah.
The great one is giving Cynic the finger.
No, I'm saying Cynic is number one.
Cynic is number one. Okay. All right.
Boo earns. Right. Boo.
All right. There we go. Cynic again.
Cynic for $2. Great One hates The Chosen, but still likes Cappy. Ooh.
Yeah, see, I don't know if he's anti-Semitic. You know,
How
he's.
You know I like Cappy.
Okay, there we go.
Have you gotten that information from any experts?
Right.
I didn't say anything.
Right.
An expert said that I like Cappy.
Research suggests.
Right.
Fake news.
Show.
You know,
anonymous sources.
They say. I still got to set up that website. I don't think
they
say.com. My girlfriend would love that site. Oh, I could populate the site with all the dumb shit she says. Although she stopped that now that I started going, oh, they say? Does research suggest? Do studies show?
I didn't realize she said that a lot. Wow.
She used to, and like, well, they say. I'm like, well, who's they? And it was, look, let me explain something to you about women, okay? I'll explain women to you guys. Okay, let me explain women to you guys. Everyone wants their pussy. And so they never actually have to live in the real world. Okay. And then but they can't just exist. They have to contribute somehow to society. They're compelled morally. You know, this is a little bit admirable. They have to contribute something to society. So do they major in engineering or accounting? Or well, some do actually, my girlfriend being one of them. Not really, but then they reach out, and then now this internet, and before that it was women's magazines, they'd write things like 50 ways to improve your sex life, 10 ways to improve toenail fungus, whatever it is. And then they come in and they say, you know, they say. And you're like, look, if I had to follow everything you just said about they say, not only would I have 1,000 things to do on my to-do list, which is impossible to follow, but out of that 1,000 things on the to-do list, 850 of them contradict one another. You know, like, so, and now she doesn't do that anymore. And she knows not to approach me with anything unless it's like an AMA certified report, or it's been approved by the Mayo Clinic or something like that. But they say 9 out of 10 great ones really don't hate the Jews. That's what they say. That's it.
When I get a stupid tax question from somebody, that's usually how it starts. Like, oh, well, they say you can write off everything for your dog if you think it might be a therapy animal. You know, stupid stuff like that.
But who's they?
Exactly, they. Right, Who's they?
They.
It's not the IRS.
You know who I want to be? Because they seem to have way more control over the world than the Bundaberger Guild and the Carlyle Group and the Illuminati. I want to be they. They just know everything, and half the population believes what they say.
No. Well, we don't have to. We can refer to you in those pronouns. You could be a they or a them instead of a he.
Gabby's preferred pronoun. Yeah.
Yeah. You want us to call you they?
What about if I just came up with they.com? And it'd be like have the I with the
that exists already.
Yeah, but it'd just be that I in the pyramid. They, and be if it cult, they. It's like
Illuminati.
Remember the 1980 show V?
Yeah. Yes, I do actually.
Yeah, it'd be like that, but it would be called they.
They.
And all the girls would bow down. What do they say? Oh, here, I'm sorry, get that one.
They say that it's better to have sex with short guys, right?
Yeah, they say. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I heard those studies. I can back those studies up. Gray for $1.99. Great one. Your thoughts on girls in STEM? Aaron disagrees. Aaron.
Oh no, guys! Seriously, like if a girl goes to college for 4 years to major in engineering, it totally overrides 6 million years of evolution. Turns into a unicorn, and she's not like all the other girls. Yeah, they're totally different, man.
I'm not disagreeing with the great one necessarily. All I am saying is that if a girl goes and majors in STEM,
she's still a girl.
Well, she's still a girl. No, there's no doubt about that. You're still going to have they say and nagging and like, why isn't the
only now you're going to have it in the design of the bridge that you're going to drive.
Well, right. But at least, just saying, they went the extra effort. Okay, or does it? All right, but we disagree.
Not interested in their effort. I'm interested in them.
What if they earned it? What if they actually majored it? They became a good civil engineer, a good chemical engineer. I mean, they can do it.
Could be a unicorn woman. Is a good engineer.
It's not the majority, I'll tell you that. I know the numbers.
What's her name? I mean, I know
Lori. Lori. I know a girl. The name's Lori.
Lori Lightfoot.
No, she's missing chromosomes and couldn't add.
She's missing a lot, man.
She is the ugliest fucking. She looks like I'd rather fuck Golem than her. Like if you said fuck Golem and fuck Lori Lightfoot, I'd fuck Golem.
If you guys don't know who this is, in the chat, go Google Mayor of Chicago and you'll see what I mean.
Regardless, my point is that if you're a young lady and you are trying to decide what to major in, if you go and major in engineering, that is a better decision than anything else pretty much in terms of degree choices. And I have more respect for women that pursue legitimate career paths and fields. And your average quality and caliber of girls who are STEM majors versus non-STEM majors will be higher. Now, maybe not up to the objective standards that the great one would like, but if you said, Aaron, you got to choose a wife, you never get to meet her. Are you going to choose STEM majors and non-STEM majors?
You can have a wife and never meet her?
Hey!
For that.
Yeah, where do I sign up?
Okay, now we're talking.
Have a wife and
file a double standard deduction.
All right.
Oh.
Never have to meet this woman. Yes.
DJ for $2. Now it's former CEO wants to be governor.
What's former CEO?
Yeah, I was trying to think what we were talking about earlier. He'll tell us in the chat. I'm sure.
Talking about what were we talking about? What company?
Former CEO wants to be. Oh, the Carlyle Group, maybe.
Oh, he wants to be governor of what? Maryland?
I'm sure he'll tell us in the chat. So we'll see.
Speaking of black people we don't like.
Dude, Marcus is so awesome. I mean, when's the last time you saw Marcus, Claire?
I haven't seen him in a while, and every time I come down, I think he was not necessarily deployed, but he was doing Navy stuff the last time we were down there.
Yeah, he's been doing all kinds of stuff.
Hey, good dude, I'm so proud of him. Dude, have you seen his mom? I not necessarily seen her physically, but on social media. Once Marcus joined the Navy, not that she wasn't proud of him before, but dude, he not only did a great thing for himself, but he made his mom so freaking proud.
Cool.
And yeah, it's Mrs. Brown was really, and Marcus, we all knew Mark was a good guy anyway, but holy cow, Mrs. Brown was real.
I've interacted with her on Facebook. I don't know if we're friends or not, but she does seem really cool.
I feel bad because years ago, I was out somewhere where there were cactus, maybe Arizona. And she says, "Oh, I love cactus." And I went on the internet and you can actually mail a cactus to people. And then you get, it's like a little, it's not that big. It's probably no bigger than 2 inches. And I was like, "Oh, I'm going to mail Mrs. Brown a cactus." Well, it never got there. I felt really bad. And I was like, oh, dang, I told Mrs. Brown I'd deliver this. And we've yet to go down and visit Mrs. Brown. She's down, I think, in Calumet, like far south Illinois or Chicago.
It's not too far from the city. It's just out there.
We got to go over. And what we ought to do is grab you, me, Vince, John, our dentist buddy.
Dentist, yes.
Yeah. Slick Willie. What's his name? The guy with the boat.
Oh, I won't say his name.
Yeah, Yacht Jeff. We should all go down there, have Mrs. Brown figure out what chores all need to be done, and we put her house in ship shape, just like yard work or whatever else. And then, but she's a sweet woman. She's a great gal. But it's good to see our buddy Marcus.
Yeah.
And he is right. We are awesome.
He's the awesomest. Morpheus 142777 for $5. The Pentagon is supposed to release a report on UFOs in June. Chad and Aaron, what are your thoughts about aliens or UFOs? Are they real? You go first.
I don't know. Great one. You might have more of an opinion on this than me. You worked at government labs.
Did you happen to read Adam Pigot's article on this?
No.
I'm kind of in line with Adam. I mean, we had, it's another hoax. It's another thing to scare people into compliance. I mean, well, okay, I'll try to make this brief. like the Wuhan hoax there's multiple science fiction stories that have been written about fake pandemics to get people to do what the government, yada, yada, yada. It's an old trope. This is the same trope. For those of you who have read, The Watchmen, not the movie doesn't count. If you read the comic book, The Watchmen, what is the ultimate thing the bad guy is doing? He's faking an alien invasion to achieve world peace. And world peace means, of course, one world government, everybody obeying, putting on your muzzle, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So Adam's theory is that this is the next hoax from the government to get people to comply. And I think that's probably true. If there were I think there may be aliens, and if there were aliens and they were coming here, they either say something to us or they don't care. Yeah, I think it's probably mostly just fake shit.
I have no opinion because I don't even know what's going on. But every UFO thing has been a optical illusion due to the sun or the atmosphere, or an experimental plane that the other team didn't know was created. And
I mean, because you notice, remember, there used to be all these people getting abducted by aliens, and you notice how the minute everybody had a high definition video camera in their pocket, alien abductions magically
did it just stop?
Right. Yeah. Because literally. And I mean, well, the short story on this is there's a bunch of Air Force pilots who have come out and said, yeah, we saw these things in the air we can't identify, and we have footage and everything. And so it's like, okay, so like now at this magic moment, suddenly this has been revealed, and it's like, why? So that's kind of the gist of it is.
Yeah, it can all usually be, it's kind of like Bigfoot or haunted houses. Everything has a logical explanation. And do I believe there's life elsewhere in the universe? Yes, absolutely. Because if it's as expansive and infinite as we claim it to be, and there's trillions and billions of stars, and we've been existing for how old is the universe? 5 billion years old. I'd imagine there are other places that must have some form of life, but whether they got the ability to travel, let alone fly in our little neck of the world, the universe out here, I highly doubt it.
I think he's. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say, I think he's asking this because something happened last week where there was some footage like over the ocean in the middle of nowhere, and it looked circular, so there were no wings or anything, and it was just flying around and then went into the water. So.
Well, yeah, and it could be, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's never. Oh, it was hexagonal and it had thrusters. I mean, it's always circular or some other obvious geometric shape, which means it's indicative of light. What were the atmospheric conditions? And I just don't. And I have a hard time believing that if an alien race made it this far to visit our planet, they wouldn't reach out and say hi or blow us up. I mean, I just don't see them. Ooh, let's throw a weird orb down there and fuck with them. I just don't. They'd be like, "Hey, we're here. How you doing? We came far, far, far away." I just don't see it. It just sounds like atmospheric or oceanographic phenomena. Truthfully.
And Morpheus said that 60 Minutes did a piece on this, and so that's
what like the 40 boomers who are still alive and cognizant watched it. 60 Minutes.
I was gonna say, do people still watch that?
My dad, they did a thing on 60 Minutes. I look at my dad, I'm like, yeah, it's like, Dad, maybe you ought to Hi, I'm Walter Wallace, and I'm Bill Crosby, and I'm Fring and Fram, and this time on 60 Minutes.
Yeah, they had the classified videos. That's what they did.
So. Are they really absorbent as much as they say?
Well, they say that they are.
Speaking of Mexicans,
Juan, patriarch, $1.99. Drinking beers with my friend from elementary. Yeah.
Wow, cool, man. That's great. He's got a friend from elementary school.
Wow.
Those are hard to stay in touch with.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be touching people in elementary school. I mean, unless you're Joseph Biden, then it's okay.
It's okay if you sniff their hair, yeah.
Then you
are you a freshman? You look like a freshman.
Otherwise.
Dre for $1.99. Great one. Your thoughts on girls in the military?
Oh, yes.
Should I just go pour myself a drink while you ramble for the next hour and a half? I'll be back. I actually am going to go pour myself a drink. You handle this one great.
I'm going to go get an apple. So, yeah, I'll be right back.
So, yeah, you guys come back tomorrow. I'll come back tomorrow. My thoughts on girls in the military is real simple. They shouldn't be there. And no, there's no unicorn women. They're great. The purpose of the military is to kill people and break things. That's what it's for. If you're in the military, you should be there to kill people. And, in that same vein, in the military, there shouldn't be file clerks and x-ray technicians and all this other crap. The point of the military is to kill people and break things. And women are not good at killing people. They're not good at breaking things. They're actually not good at anything except attention whoring on InstaThought.
Wow.
And they shouldn't be there. That's my thoughts. It's really, I'm sure I could yell about it for hours, but that's.
What about like non-combat roles, like I don't know, radar or something like that? No,
there shouldn't be
Radar.
non-combat roles.
Okay, but the military can't just be a bunch of guys carrying rifles. There has to be some. Okay, it can't be.
Yes,
It won't be very effective.
Sure it will.
No, probably it won't. We kind of need radar.
Way effective, man. You can outsource that to freaking immigrants from India.
You know what? We should outsource it to China, the country we're
There
going
you
to
go.
war with. Yeah, that'd be
That
perfect.
would save a lot of time.
Right,
yeah.
save a lot of
Because
time.
we didn't need the radar. The Chinese already know when they're going to launch their
Right,
missiles.
exactly.
Just outsource it.
So, like, you're saying, like, a girl couldn't.
No.
I didn't even tell you what
No.
it was. What
It doesn't matter. She's a girl.
No, like a drone. She can't be a drone pilot.
No.
An accounting clerk?
She can handle the paychecks.
Yeah, like could she be a nurse at the
Only
medic?
if she's cute.
Oh, okay. All right, I see where we're going here.
only if
All
she's
right.
like the ones in Baba Black Sheep.
Wait, hang on. Were there hot?
There's a bunch of nurses. I mean,
Wait a minute.
None of them were overweight.
Baba Black Sheep, or was it Black Sheep Squadron?
Yeah, Black Sheep Squadron. The name of the series what's the name of the series?
Baba
Black Sheep
Black Sheep.
Squadron.
I think it was Baba Black. I don't know. Type it. You'll find it.
Black Sheep Squadron nurses. Hang on.
There were women in MASH, weren't there? I never saw it.
MASH. The
Yeah.
movie or the series?
Had to have been the series.
Oh,
like,
hey.
That's
I mean,
much
there were nurses, obviously.
Great one. Look at this.
Yeah. See, now like that.
Holy
Now they
cow!
like
Baba
that.
Black Sheep.
That's okay.
Oh, hold on. No, I want to see it.
Well,
By the
yeah.
way, Dr.
Hey,
Roden's in the chat, so say hi.
Guys.
Here's what you type
Yeah,
in.
look at that. Jeez. Everyone look up Baba Black Sheep, and
It's a
I'm gonna
kid's
get out of my chair for
look
this.
at this. Look at that. Oh,
Oh yeah. Oh,
Hey, wow.
yes.
holy shit.
Baba Black Sheep and what else?
Black Sheep Squadron nurses. If everyone searches Black Sheep Squadron nurse, look at that.
Look
Good,
at
because it was
God.
a children's book when I.
look, they're feminine.
Oh my God.
My God, they have long hair.
Oh,
This makes a
wow.
poster. Yeah.
Oh, they don't make them like this anymore.
No,
no,
they
those
don't.
are like what
Oh,
actual
no.
women.
Look at the way they. Wow.
That's not it. That's who is the actor? Who is that guy? Wasn't he in
Oh.
Wild Wild West? Robert Conrad?
Robert Conrad, yeah.
Yeah, look at this. Look at that.
When was this? Huh.
Late 60s, early 70s?
Yeah, these are better than Charlie's Angels.
Look at
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Look at that nurse.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I watched.
Dude, I am watching
recently.
Baba Black. Wait, we got internet? We can watch Baba Black
Well,
Sheep
no, I've
here?
been watching the DVDs from Netflix.
Okay, I'll watch it anyway. Holy cow.
It's a good series too.
Yeah?
It's really good.
You ever watch 12 O'Clock High?
I have not.
That's a good one. Man, look at that.
So yeah, I mean,
Look at-
because
look-
yeah,
look at
they're
this.
on the island. and
Dressed
the
in a
nurses are on
Hawaiian
the island
outfits.
working
My
with them.
God.
Let's see, yeah.
Brienne Leary in Black Sheep Squadron. Fans of Brienne Leary. Look at this. They're sitting on the wing. But look at those legs.
I know.
Look at the hair. Look at her hair. It comes all the way down.
Yeah.
I hope you
There's
guys
no
in the
hair
chat are
on her
seeing
legs.
this too.
It's on her head.
My God.
Yeah, hot chicks, man.
I'm looking at the same
Baba?
picture you guys are. I'm sure of it
Yeah.
right now. Yeah. Yep.
My holy cow.
Nostalgia Central.
All right. So now are you for girls in the military if they're nurses?
If they're nurses and they look like that, yes.
All right. We'll get to the next. I am going to watch that. Baba.
or if they can play volleyball.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's going to help defeat the Chinese. Oh.
Wait, what's this have to do with defeating the Chinese? And then we're doing this for my entertainment.
Oh, you got DJ Aftershock there?
DJ for $2. Youngkin, undergrad in mechanical engineering from Rice. My sister went to Rice. It's a good school.
Is Is that a big school or something? Or?
It's really small, but it's a very good school. It's like kind of up there with the Ivies. It's in Houston, Texas. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that Rice. Okay, yeah.
It's in Houston, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd make a joke right now, but it would get me kicked off. I'm gonna. This is why I got to do BitChute, because I can make so much more funny jokes. You know what I want to do? I tell you guys about the kind of like the I don't know, maybe only be 5 or 6 shows, but I always wanted to do like the racial joke hour, where we get different people from different races to tell everyone jokes about the other races that they find funny. And it would have to be on BitChute or something. But I think every guy tuning in would laugh their freaking ass off, even if it was about them. There you go. Got that one?
Morpheus 142777 for $2. Good question. Aaron, will you ever interview Coach Greg Adams?
I do not know, because I am conflicted for other reasons. Greg has been nothing but kind to me and a good man, and I met him and his son, but there are other reasons behind the scenes.
Oh, you met them?
Yeah, he's going to speak over at Donovan's thing.
Oh, cool.
And you know how we met? Like how we got to know each other?
On the internet?
No, like when we were all doing the photography for the Conference on Masculine Excellence.
Oh, right, yeah.
Gay sex, yes.
Same way you met Adam Pickett.
Okay. So when we're doing photography, to keep it symmetrical, it was tall people in the center, short people on the side. And I think Greg is just like half an inch shorter than me. So we were always on the left side. I'm like, yeah, we're here again, huh? You're like, yeah. So, he's not terribly, he's not short either, but he's about 5'8", 5'9". So
y'all do have overlapping material, so it'd be a fun interview if it happens this year.
Boy, it'd be a lot nicer if everyone was more polite on the internet and didn't have beefs. It'd be a lot nicer if it was that way.
Yeah. Alex Patino for $5. Most of them sucked, couldn't pass their PT test, and can't carry more than 30 pounds, and they still sucked at the non-combat jobs.
Alex was Army. Yeah.
Didn't they lower the standards for them or something?
Yeah, well, no, they kept the standards the same. Of course, they lowered the standards.
Right.
But I heard they lowered them further low than they already were. Like, I thought I read something like that a few weeks ago.
I don't even know if either Alex, Dre, Great One, and anybody else in the military would even recognize basic training anymore.
Not from what I've heard.
No. Because, I mean, what did you have? I mean, what was the most grueling thing you had to do? 20 miles with the 70-pound rucksack, I'd imagine, in like a day and a half?
Day and a half?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it was
20-mile road march.
No, you were
less than a day.
Okay, all right.
Sure.
But you were I don't want to identify you too much, but you were in a special type of the Army.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that involved more than just basic Army.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, most grueling. Man, honestly, like I can't single out like there was this one moment that was more than anything else. It was just that basic training. It was constant. I mean, it was every day. One day you're climbing over some shit. The next day you're crawling through some mud, and then you're sweeping in a swamp, and then you're going 3 days without food and sleep, and then you're going another 2 days without food and sleep, and then you're crawling. And it wasn't. There wasn't like, oh my God, this one thing that was the most terrifying thing.
Sure, you
ever.
climbed that peak or swam that
river. It was just constant, and for the first 8 weeks, it never let up. And there are drill sergeants yelling at you, which I've heard stories, and a lot of it too I've heard lately is just listening to the Dick Show. People have called in, they're in the military now, and they're talking about basic training, and like the drill sergeants can't cuss at you, and like apparently now in basic training, you have your cell phone and stuff.
What?
I mean, like when I went into basic training, they searched our stuff. Like you couldn't have essentially anything. Like I had my little, this is going to date me, not like a girl dates me because they don't, but this is going to date me. I had my little cassette recorder music player with the headphones that I smuggled in, got it past the drill sergeants and had to hide it in the ceiling tiles up in the ceiling. And when and then my dumbass mother sent me batteries for it. and the drill sergeant figured out I had it, and he made me destroy it.
Wow.
I mean, now apparently you can have your cell phone and your laptop, and all this shit. And so I'm not there. So you hear shit, and I've learned not to believe a fucking thing I hear. But I certainly haven't heard any evidence that it's anywhere near the level it was when I was in there.
I got Alex sent a bunch of pictures of him in his military. I still got to go over that, and I got a fair amount of fan mail. But yeah, I because Alex, what were you there in like mid 2000s? Because you old as fuck now, and back then you actually looked like a young man who actually had some life in him. You just old as fuck now, but
clearly you guys have never seen G.I. Jane, have you?
Was that Demi Moore?
Yeah, that was when she was trying to be a SEAL, and she just ended up proving everybody wrong. And
sure, right, okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't watch. No, I'm not watching. What was the other one? There's a movie that came out. Returning to America or Coming to America 2.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, don't bother. Apparently the queen is the queen, and Eddie Murphy is like a secondary character, and look at her strutting her female. Is like, no, don't care. Done.
I heard that on Greg Adams. Not to waste your time with that.
Hey, look at this schmuck. Who's this guy?
This is the garbage salad of the best steakhouse in the middle of Wisconsin.
He stood me up. Did I tell you he stood me up?
No.
Yeah, I was out in Wisconsin. I'm like, hey, Doc, let's go hang out. He's like, you know the excuses he gave me?
What?
Excuse number one, my kid is graduating.
What?
Or he's got a before. Yeah, right.
That's a terrible excuse.
I said, what about tomorrow? Excuse number two, it's Mother's Day. I got to do something for my wife. Like, yes.
Those are frivolous excuses.
God almighty. Wait till you come on. Oh, yeah, it's Christmas. I'm not going to hang out with you.
Fred, how was your trip, Fred? $1.49 super sticker. What do you think the super sticker is?
From Fred?
It's what we all want because it doesn't exist.
Redhead with big tits who shuts the fuck up and does what we say.
You are correct. It's a unicorn.
What?
It's a unicorn. That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist.
All right. That's I got it.
We missed some? Hold on.
No, we got.
No, we're good. Fred, for $5. I read this Nobel laureate named Krugman, and he told me there was no inflation, but now it says the minimum super sticker is $1.50, and it was $1 last week. Oh, interesting.
Krugman is what's great about Krugman is he's going to live long enough to see all of his theories be proven wrong. He'll be completely debunked, but the problem is he never believed in his theories anyway. He knows exactly that. He knows he's a great economist. He's just playing on the dark side and lying. So, but he gets to see himself disproven wrong.
When did Milton Friedman die? Any idea? Long time ago, I'm sure.
90 something.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at the great one because he was alive back then.
Yeah.
Dre for $2. Great one. Your thoughts on modern life dating China pill? You mean the personality modern life dating?
Modern life, John?
Yeah.
You got any opinion? You even know who we're talking about?
Say that again.
China pill. I don't know what
that. I know what's going on here.
I think Dre is talking.
Unusual for me.
Yeah, maybe he thinks you see that guy, John, Modern Life John.
Do you pay attention to Modern Life, John?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Thanks for the 2 free bucks anyway, Dre. I like that. You know what's great about Dre's dollars? They come from the Marines.
They're green?
Well, they're green, but they come from the Marines. So it gives it to the Army and us civilians. It makes it smell that much better,
Okay.
Even when we get Marine money.
Fred again for $2. New Tom Sowell bio out today. I got a copy. Cappy, I love that guy.
Thomas Sowell?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's cool.
He's got it going on.
He's the best economist alive today. I preferred Walter E. Williams, but Walter E. Williams passed away. He wasn't a better economist than Sowell. He was just more charismatic and fun. But him and Rush Limbaugh are having cigars up in heaven right now.
Sowell's just so based.
Both geniuses, though.
Oh, here we go. More Army talk.
So for $5, Alex says, in Korea, we had a female supply sergeant and she couldn't finish her job without me helping her. And I was the unit armorer, still pissed.
I don't know. Can you translate that for us, Great One? What does that mean?
That means that a man had to do the job for a woman because women shouldn't be in the military. I mean, it doesn't matter what she's doing. She's the weakest link. The military is only as strong as the weakest link.
Well, let me ask you and Alex and Dre. I mean, everyone who is a soldier or a Marine or in the military, regardless of your MOS.
Marcus, too.
Yeah, Marcus, right. You have to be able to pick up a weapon and fight, right? Like you go through basic, you learn how to fire a rifle.
Well, not anymore, apparently.
Really?
I think she's learned how to use a cell phone.
So, but really, like the enemy overruns the base, and there's the radar operator. The radar operator should be able to pick up an N16.
Well, yeah, I mean, in theory, yes.
Right.
And that's why women shouldn't be there because they're not going to be able to do it.
Oh.
Just,
Not the opinion of the official Aaron Clary podcast.
Not Aaron's opinion.
Older brother.
Or the Older Brother podcast, not the official opinion. Do we neither sanction nor approve?
So Fred again for $5. Well,
Cappy is reaching into his wallet. Dre with these $2, LG. Dre, you sure you're not part of my tribe? You sure you're not part of us?
Fred has a very impressive occupation. So
yes, he does.
Will Cappy cast for my foreign appointments after I buy them later this year, maybe during Global Reconnaissance? What are some of Chad's favorite novels or books? I guess you can answer this first, or
no, you answer because I don't know what his question is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
What's your favorite books?
Well, right now I'm reading something. You'll love the title of this. It's called No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Oh yeah, that's a bestseller.
And it validates a lot of what other people have said. Sometimes you just gotta put your foot down. I'm doing this with business, not my personal life, but in business, some people you gotta say fuck you. So I'm enjoying that right now.
I'm about to run into that when I go back to South Dakota, where I'm done playing Mr. Nice Guy and I'm Mr. Understanding.
Yeah, Fred.
You know what I like about Alex with all of his donations?
They're generous.
Well, they're generous, but his kids are starving, and I take this, I go buy Rumple Mints or something like that. His kids could use college, but Cappy's got to go get Pokeball.
We all take them. So, Fred, if you want to clarify a little in the chat about that last one. So, Alex, for $10, one of my platoon sergeants, he went to Ranger School in 2012, and it was so bad that of the original group of 67, only 3 graduated on time, and only the best graduates are invited to the Ranger Battalion. So, a lot of barriers to entry.
So, I guess that's the
way it should be.
Right, but isn't that so basic? That's why I'm wondering if the military isn't largely becoming okay, we have our special ops, like your special forces are going to still have to go through the training, but then your IT, managerial, clerical, supply officer, that type of thing. It's okay, here, fire this weapon. Yay, Tina. Yay, Shaniqua. You didn't shoot the firearms instructor. And here's your little badge. And now go over there and give seminars on diversity in the military or whatever. But then the real badasses are okay, fuckwit,
Well, again, I suspect, and I say suspect because I have zero evidence, but I suspect that, that's how it is. There's probably this small elite group in the military that still really does do, like Ranger School, the way it was when I was in there. And a lot of people don't make it. And that's a tiny, tiny percentage. And most of the military is on their cell phones and going to diversity training, and they have to do instead of doing pull-ups, you do whatever it's called, where you hang on the bar and you lift your knees up.
What?
No, it's a real thing. I know this for a fact. That's a real thing. Instead of you hang from the bar and you lift your knees to your chest and you just hold them there.
The Russians have got to be left their fucking asses off at us.
That's part of the PT test now.
Good Christ.
So I think there's a
disturbing
huge gap between there's this very small elite in the military, and then there's the 99%. And I think the gap between them, physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, is huge.
Could you imagine you're a SEAL or a Ranger, and then you got some affirmative action hire that just got promoted to like captain.
And yeah,
and she's like, or it, because we don't know, we can't have they're starting to lecture you, and you're like looking at them like, listen, bitch or thing, I will fucking killed more people at 1,000 yards than you, and you. Oh, I can't. That's got to be incredibly. I bet you they got to keep them separate. They got to keep them separate.
Oh, I suspect they probably do.
Yeah.
I suspect they keep them very separate.
Alex for $2. I went to basic training in the summer of 2003, so it's been a while.
Yeah, so well, that's almost 20 years ago. I'm sure it was pretty still badass. The pictures he sent were really cool, and I apologize, I haven't mentioned them yet, but I got like a lot of fan mail yet I got to go through. Oh my God, what the hell happened to all the Jesus? We got a lot of super chats.
Yeah, on this channel, it's pretty impressive. Morpheus for $5. Great one. What are your thoughts about Neil Strauss, The Game, and The Mystery Method? Are these books still relevant in 2021? Did you read them?
I'm an expert on this. I can't have an opinion because I haven't read his book. I don't know very much about him at all. I do actually have some of his videos he did back in the day that I've been intending to watch, but I haven't done it yet. So yeah, I can't have an informed opinion on that. Sorry. No. I could lie to you and give you some bullshit, but
yeah, a lot of people
I think, I feel like I'm looking back through the chats. I think we might have missed a couple.
Okay, well, read them. Let's go through them because I don't think I got them on my screen here.
Okay, so after Alex talked about that unfortunate situation in Korea, Bacon for 223 said, "No grenade throwing physical tests for the win." No.
Oh my God. I do remember that when the military had to. So when I went in, you had to throw live grenades. And I remember when the military took away throwing live grenades because the women couldn't throw the grenade far enough to get out of blast radius.
That's terrible.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. No, I mean, I don't care how long you went to college. You're not going to fucking override 6 million years of evolution that says you can't throw an object as far as I can. And I don't want you to have a fucking grenade. I don't even care if you're one of those hot nurses in the Marine Corps there on the Baba Black Sheep Island. I don't want you to have a fucking grenade.
That much I agree with because I don't want to die.
Yeah, I think we're good now. It was just that.
Good. $40.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, Jacob Ramsayer. Wow. I mean, new guy. Let me just
Jacob. What's up, dog?
Let me tell you why I like Jacob more than Dre and DJ Aftershock. Now, Alex.
I know what's coming.
At least Alex will take the money, the food out of his children's mouths to give it to me, as he should. Right now, Alex gets a pass, but. Boy, Fred with his 2 and 5. Everyone should be like Jacob. Look at Jacob's a good man.
Yeah,
he's a good moral man. He's going straight to heaven.
Yeah.
Well, here's some money. Keep kicking ass, asshole. So, thanks, Jacob.
I have nothing to say. Here's some money. Keep kicking ass. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you. That's a boy. You know what? The world would be perfect. Man, if everyone was like Jacob, we'd have no problems. No problems.
No problems handling anything.
Fred with his lousy $5 stingy dollars.
Fred, this is a follow-up because we weren't sure what his last $5 one said.
I'm kidding everybody. $5 is very generous. Yes.
I plan to buy foreign real estate properties later in the year. If Cappy visits any of the cities in which I buy, will he cast for my property?
Absolutely, Fred. If I got free lodging, I absolutely will. No,
he'll do anything.
Larry loves it.
I'm a horse for this. No, Fred. If you got, and I'll be your property manager, whatever you want. Yeah, as long as I get to sleep, not outside, I'll be happy.
Thomas Crown for $5. Thoughts on JFK assassination? Was Oswald the lone shooter, or was it a conspiracy?
I don't know. Did you ever pay?
I watched that movie.
CIA did it?
CIA did it. That was back when the CIA was run by men, before they had box checkers in there.
God almighty. Yeah. That was a
great one. Did you see that recruiting ad they did? The CIA?
The one about the diversity and stuff?
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I saw one of them. Yeah, I did a video about it.
Oh, man.
I did a video in which I talked about someone doing a video about it. Yeah, it was horrendous.
I'm a single mom. I'm bipolar. I'm on drugs. I'm a feminist. I don't check the boxes. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, God, you're a box checker. Yes, you are.
It does provide me some hope. You know why? That if they're going to go full tyrannical state, they have the dumbest people. And you're going to be like this. Remember when the CIA was like, oh, God, that's like top notch shit.
Oh, yeah.
You got to have an IQ of 150 and they're like almost superhumans. And it's like, I'm a fat Latino with a feminist symbol and I'm a single mom and I have mental illness and I'm in the CIA. It's like, yeah. PsyOps. Yeah, PsyOps is taking a whole new meaning right now. But yeah,
we've actually caught up.
We caught up. Good.
Yeah.
Let's call it a night.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, same.
You don't need to promote yourself, right? Because you don't want to take on no more clients.
Yeah, you guys know where to find me, but I'm not doing anything.
Let's promote my buddy's show, Cynical Libertarian Society. If you search it on the internet, you'll find it. It is CynLibSoc, CYNLIBSOC.com. By the way, he uses some language that you probably aren't okay with, and he will claim he's a bigot and a racist and a homophobe and a sexist, but then he's surprisingly friendly and promotes people who happen to be Black, Hispanic, Jew, female, white, Asian. It's like, well, you really
black person I've ever promoted.
You've promoted. You like Dre. You've promoted Bacon.
Well, Bacon's not a person.
Well, okay.
Bacon's a podcaster. He's not human.
You like Atham, even though he doesn't have a show. Hey, was Atham on the show earlier today?
He gave us a super chat.
I wonder if he went to bed.
How old is he? Well, wait, he's still going to college, right?
Yeah, he's a college boy.
He's got to get up, or he's got to do homework and shit. Yeah,
he's got like 12 jobs too. I mean, come on.
Yeah, well, I want to put together a. We got some more super chats here, but we'll call it I want to put together a meme where it's liberal white person from the suburbs, and it'll be like some pompous looking, liberal arts majoring looking ass. I can't possibly work for, $16 an hour because I got my stimmy checks. And then I have up beneath it Mexicans. I'll just take a picture of Mexicans working because they fucking do. And it's just like, yeah, okay, there we go. All right.
Well, Fred, for $2, Fred said libertarians are too liberal.
Modern day libertarians, I'll explain to you. Real libertarians are not too liberal. They're libertarians. What is popularly called libertarians are a bunch of 20-something college-age dopey shit kids who are leftists who want to sound edgy. And when and I'll even throw, ironically, what's his name? Noam Chomsky into this group because he claims he's a libertarian socialist. That's like claiming I'm a Jewish Nazi. They are mutually exclusive. You cannot be a libertarian socialist. That is not how it goes. And I don't care how much that asshole has written or spoke and how edgy he seems to be for people with an IQ in the 115 range. People smarter than average, but not smart enough to think they're geniuses. When that asshole, that fucking vermin piece of parasitic shit said, I'm a libertarian socialist. I'm like, wow, you're trying to be popular at 85 years old. Go fuck yourself and die, you piece of fucking shit. Get the fuck out of here, you hypocrite. So I rank him with Paul Krugman and Robert Reich, and emphasis on Reich.
I've seen that guy's stuff. He sucks.
It's just Robert Reich, tax the rich. And what was it? There was something that even an Econ 101 student would know was hypocritical. And he was the Department of Labor secretary under Clinton.
Yeah.
And it was so obvious that he was being political and was violating what he knows to be economic law. In fact, I forgot what it was. I'm like, wow. Like, dude, don't you have enough money? Okay, you fucking retire. It's like, get the fuck out of here, you lying sack of shit. So it's no, real libertarians, they're not liberal. Fake posing socialists who claim the libertarian title or name, they're socialists trying to be cool. That's all it is.
Bacon for $2.23. Only box she didn't check. Hers for gonorrhea. No. He's going to be in Vegas, right? Claire?
Maybe? I don't know.
I thought he was part of the lineup.
No, he's not part of the lineup. No.
Okay.
That sounded racist.
Dre
for
for
the
$2.
lineup. God, come on, guys. Not all black people are criminals. You two need to lay off here.
Dre for $2. I had a female GYS sergeant. Forgot
GY sergeant. What is that great one?
like gunny sergeant.
Is it gunny sergeant?
Forgot my squad for over 18 hours. Yeah, that's not good. Fred for $2. Emory U now has an MS Analytical Finance. Cap rec for me.
No, I don't recommend any finance degree.
Yeah.
I talked to a banker down in Castle Rock, Colorado,
mm-hmm.
and it was really cool. So he was a black dude from Africa. Can you believe that? A black dude from Africa. Get
they
that?
Exist?
Yeah, why? Crazy, right? No, he was an immigrant from Africa. And I think his dad immigrated to Texas, but then he ended up going to Sioux Falls. And he's like, "Oh, you're from South Dakota." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, "Oh, I went to study in Sioux Falls." I'm like, "You went to Sioux Falls?" And like, this guy is like straight from the continent. I mean, like not the American black where you like have a little bit of white blood mixed in you, but this guy is like, he's from the Congo. I mean, I'm like, what are you doing in Sioux Falls? And so guess what he studied?
What he studied?
He studied economics, and we talked shop, man, for like an hour and a half. It was great. And he was like, "Well, what do you think? Where will the inflation come?" I said, "The inflation already came in. It's been happening since Bush. We got housing prices into anything your bank lends to that people can't pay cash for." He's like, "I have never thought of it that way." And so he wanted to know the books, and we were talking. Yeah, it was great. It was really cool. But here he is over. I'm like, "Well, what the hell were you doing in Sioux Falls?" Like, I guess it had the program, tuition, but yeah, no, it was pretty neat. But no, I do not recommend it. Oh, he wanted to know if he wanted to get a finance degree. I say, no, get your CPA. Don't even fuck around with this finance shit no more.
Do you have to remember, maybe you never asked what African country he was from?
No, I didn't. He had a Jamaican. Mm-hmm. He was from Africa, but it sounded Jamaican. So maybe Nigeria.
Yeah, probably not East Africa.
It was not. No, I would have presumed Western Africa because it was more. I'm like, it was a really heavy Jamaican brogue, and so it wasn't Jamaican, but he said he was from Africa. So Togo, Ghana, Mali, maybe. But yeah, he was definitely. He didn't have that more lighter skin that the East Africans do. He didn't look Arabic. He was definitely a black dude. So
okay.
Good. Black Bankers, the new podcast coming to you live.
Man, we still got some of these.
Oh, hey, our buddy Tom's here.
Tom, man, almost everybody came in.
Did you get a haircut? Look, Tom's looking pretty sharp there, pretty cleaned up.
$3.99. Late Cappy and Elkins. Good evening. Well, good evening to you.
Tom.
Yeah.
Where does Tom live? Is he over on Central Time or what?
I can't remember. He'll tell us.
He's in the U.S., right? He ain't somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe West Coast. Fred for $2. I dated Wyzeta in uni. Was synchronized swimmer in high school.
That's a fucking worthless skill.
That's a really prissy sport.
The only thing worse than that would be dressage, where you train horses to dance a certain way.
Oh,
like what? I want to train horses to dance. What? So they can get shot and the Mongolians can grab them later and like use them for real archery skill or what?
Goddamn Mongolians. Alex Patino for $5. Bernie Sanders, Brooklyn Jewish defending Palestine. Funny. They'll come and take him to a cattle train. Yeah, he was defending Palestine.
Okay. It doesn't matter what he is religiously. He's a socialist and he hates America and he hates capitalists. That's it. That's all he is. I bet you that dude hasn't even gone to synagogue. I guarantee he has been in synagogue in like 5 years.
Yeah. Fred again for $2. I felt safer on trips to Israel than I do in Chicago. Yeah, and Fred lives in a nice area of the city.
No. So. All right, that's it. Check out sinlibsocial.com. Be prepared for cursory language. Everyone go buy my book, Curse of the High IQ, Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty, How Not to Become a Millennial, The Book of Numbers Analyzing ROI in the Pursuit of Women, Bachelor Pad Economics, and Poor Richard's Retirement. Consultations over at assholeconsulting.com. Remember to subscribe to this channel because it is a separate channel than for my main one. We only got 52 people tuning in. So
we had it was pretty high earlier.
Was it earlier? Okay.
Yeah.
Until we started talking, until Fred came on. And that's about it. Great one. Will you take us out appropriately?
Toodles.